Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. Welcome to the preview of the big game, the Blockbuster India versus Pakistan match in the T20 World Cup. It's going to be the first game for both teams. We've seen some classic matches between both of them. Historically, Pakistan have an overall better record against India, but in World Cups, India have held the advantage. In recent times, India have won a lot of the games, of Pakistan won that significant final against India and that ICC Champions Trophy. How the two teams stack up? Pakistan have announced their 12. I think either Haider Ali or Mohammad Hafiz Malik, one of the three will sit out. It might be Haider Ali, I think, but otherwise they have their 11 ready for you. Babar Azam, Mohammad Rizwan, Fakhar Zaman, Mohammad Hafiz, Haider Ali, Shoaib Malik. One of the three will sit out, and then Asif Ali, Shadab Khan, Imad Wasim, Hassan Ali, Haris Rauf, and Shaheen Shah. That will be their 11 probably. With India, they haven't announced their 12 or 11, anything like that, but the key question will be, will Surya Kumar play or will Ishan Kishan play? And Hardik Pandya, is he going to play as an all-rounder? Is he going to play just as a batsman? If that's the case, will Shardul Thakur also get a look in? Will they play with two spinners or three spinners? Will Ashwin get a look in? A lot of questions from India. Combination with Pakistan is a bit more simple. And if I just look at both teams, I think Pakistan's batting has improved significantly. The top three is solid. They can go through the gears. Fakhar Zaman very aggressive. He can change the game. Babar Azam and Rizwan in outstanding form. And then in the middle order they have Hafiz and Shoaib Malik who can rotate the strike and take the single double. They can play spin well, which will be key. And I think this could be the difference, especially on a difficult pitch. Shoaib Malik and Hafiz can make a difference in this kind of game. Then Asif Ali and Imad Wasim, they're known to tonk the ball. Now it just depends on the day. If it's their day, they can smash it. If it's not their day, they'll get out. They can be dangerous on their day. It depends on them in that. With India, if you look at it, it's the top three that they bank on: Rohit Sharma, Rahul, Kohli. In the middle order, Surya Kumar last year had a really good IPL. This season, not as much, but we saw him in the last couple of games play decently well. They have Rishabh Pant there, who hasn't had an outstanding limited overs career for India, although his test career has been fantastic so far. And then Hardik Pandya, who's not been in form but is a hitter. So there's some worries in that Indian batting lineup as well. There are some issues there, but India's bowling looks a bit stronger in terms of Jasprit Bumrah there, Mohammad Shami, Shardul Thakur, Varun Chakravarti, Jadeja. There's a lot of variety over there, and if they want, they can play Ashwin as well. The bowling does look a bit better. With Pakistan, the bowling is solid, but the death bowling has been an issue. Haris Rauf and not Shaheen Afridi, Haris Rauf and Hassan Ali have been a bit expensive in the warm-up games, so that's something they'll want to improve on. But they have some quality spinners as well. Shadab has he's not been in the greatest of form, but he's a wicket taker. He can pick up wickets. Imad Wasim has been in cracking form. Not only is he tying one and down, but he's picking up wickets, and he's someone I think will be key in this game for Pakistan. He's someone who can tie one end down, frustrate the openers as well if he bowls in the power play. And Shaheen Afridi is another one. He can pick up wickets with that angle. With the new ball, he always picks up wickets. He's a dangerous new ball bowler in the T20 format. And if he gets Rahul and Rohit early, then it puts a lot of pressure on India. And I think that's where the game can go in Pakistan's favor. If they get the top three early, at least two of the three, if they get out early, then especially in the power play, then Pakistan are in this game. That's going to be the key for them. For India, the batsmen, the more they bat the top three, the better for India. So that's how it's going to be, that new ball versus Rahul, Rohit and Kohli. And if you flip things, for me, Babar Azam is one outstanding. They've been brilliant in the last couple of years. And it's Fakhar Zaman. I think he's the X factor. He has 100 against India. He can be someone who can punish them with a strike rate as well, and he can pile up the runs. So he will be key as well going into this game. How will they tackle Varun Chakravarti? They haven't played. If they haven't played him, if Chakravarti does play, do they take their time against him? Do they rotate him, or do they go after him? They have to be a bit careful versus him. Versus Jadeja, they've played. So for Fakhar Zaman, that's something that he's played before, and I'm sure he has a plan for that. But against Chakravarti, he has to be slightly careful. If Chakravarti does play, I would play Chakravarti over Chahar. And then if you want, you can play Ashwin. That's another option. But then for that, Shardul Thakur might have to sit out. So it all depends on Hardik Pandya, whether he's going to bat or bowl. The key battles, in this game, Babar Azam versus Bumrah. That's going to be a fascinating battle. Shaheen Shah versus the top order, Rahul and Rohit. And then Kohli versus the likes of Imad Wasim and Shadab will also be a fascinating watch. It's going to be really good. But also, we heard the experts speak as well before this game. The likes of Gavaskar, Wasim Akram, they were saying sometimes it's not the main players; it's sometimes the side players or the players who don't have as much of a reputation, but they can come and cause problems in this game. Maybe someone like Asif Ali comes and smashes it around. Someone like a Jadeja or like a Rishabh Pant or Surya Kumar just comes and smashes it, and you're not expecting it. You're expecting Kohli and the top two to do something. That's something that they'll have to that we can only wait and watch and see how it'll work. But that's also a possibility that someone we don't expect come in performing. But yeah, the top three of both teams, that's going to be a good battle. Who gets more runs? That will probably decide the game, or at least give that team the advantage. Fakhar, Babar, and Rizwan versus Rahul, Rohit, and Kohli. It's going to be a fascinating watch. And yeah, the players to watch out for from Pakistan, I'm going Imad Wasim with the ball, because I think he can put the ball in the power play. Also, these pitches are conducive to spin, and he's someone like he bowls a bit quicker. So if it does trend, it's difficult to read off the pitch. And with the bat, I'm going to go with if he plays, I don't know who's going to play, with Mohammad Hafiz, Shoaib Malik, one of the two. They're my key batsmen, just because in the middle order they can provide that balance. They play spin well, and if the top order does get out, then someone over there can really put their. Then if the top order does get out, then these guys can come and stabilize it. That's why it's important. But of course, you can't take anything away from Babar Azam. He's in world-class form. He's outstanding. I'm just looking a bit different. But even for India, if you look my star players, I'm not going with Kohli. I'm going to go with KL Rahul with the bat. He's been in outstanding form. He's striking the ball well. And I think he's going to be a bit more aggressive than the IPL, depending on the pitch. But if it's a good pitch, I'm sure he's going to take his chances and take those risks. And with the ball, I'm going Varun Chakravarti. He's someone Pakistan have not played before. Mr. Spinner, hope he plays. And he will be nervous, so it won't be easy from his side as well. He might get hit. Because Pakistan do have some players, the likes of Fakhar, the likes of Babar is one will attack him. It's just that, can he hold his nerve and bowl to his natural strengths? And if he does that, then he can cause a few problems. So he's the bowler to watch out from India's side of things. This game can go either way. I think India have slight advantage going into this game. Let's say 55-45, but it's not that big of an advantage because Pakistan have a better batting lineup than previous games, and they can put India under pressure with the ball as well. So it's not going to be that one-sided. I don't think this game. Hoping it's going to be a thriller. Let's see what's in store. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for the latest content from the ICC T20 World Cup. Thank you so much for joining me.